This is part one of the obedience economy, why we keep trying to belong to systems that don't choose us. Hi, my name is Sarah Trumbull. I'm the founder and CEO of the Job Applicant Perspective. I'm remaking this video with a better format. In my opinion, it's my TikTok at Excite. Who this is for job seekers and career coaches, this post explains why your effort hasn't always translated into opportunity. It's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because the system rewards performance over clarity. If you felt like the rules keep shifting or like your survival depends on staying professional, even when the platform ghosts you, this is why. For journalists and policy thinkers, this isn't a story about individual struggle. It's a structural feedback failure. Platforms are monetizing silence and obedience, not outcomes, and they're reshaping labor behavior as a result. If you want to understand the modern labor market's collapse, this is a lens that explains what your data can't quite see. For economists and platform analysts, this is a behavioral framework for performance under asymmetric visibility. It extends the logic of two-sided markets to account for what happens when one side has all the metrics and none of the pressure. You've modeled equilibrium. This model's internalized constraint. The rituals of trying. You polish the resume, reformat, reword, rewrite. Another line tweaked to match what they might want, even if you're not sure what that is anymore. You're not convinced it'll work, but you're sure you can't stop. Not because you expect success, but because you're afraid of silence. In today's job market, the most rational thing a person can do is continue to perform just enough to remain eligible, visible, not discarded. This isn't about being seen. It's about not being erased. The conditional belonging principle. In healthy system, participation is based on feedback. You act, the system responds, you learn, you adjust, you try again. But in today's digital labor market, the feedback loop is broken. And in its place is something subtler, more corrosive. When access to opportunity becomes conditional, unpredictable, people stop aiming to succeed and start working to not get filtered out. It's not conditional obedience. It's not unconditional obedience, but it starts to feel like that. Like anything less than full compliance might cost you the chance you never knew you had coming. And so people try, and they try again, not for a reward, but to avoid exclusion. Platforms don't need you to succeed. They just need you to keep trying. Digital platforms don't need to deliver outcomes. They need to deliver engagement, metrics, motion, activity. They simulate scarcity, obscure their inner metrics, and reward those who appear compliant with greater visibility, whether or not there's any real opportunity behind it. One click applies, status received, ghost listings, and spam roles labeled urgent. These systems rarely say yes, but they make it very easy to keep hoping. Belonging becomes a performance, not a destination. Obedience becomes a currency. Part 2 coming next.